In my time as an achievement hunter, I have gone for my fair share of difficult achievements, but I've never felt more stressed playing a video game than how this achievement made me feel. Oh no! The achievement in question is hard to the core in Dead Space 2. Now to get this, you must beat the game, or in hardcore mode. What makes it so difficult is that you're only allowed to save 3 times, so if you make it to the last chapter and die without saving, well then good luck getting back. On top of the already strict saves, the mode has resources limited, enemies doing massive damage, and several instances where you can instantly die, making this a very intense time. With all that out of the way, here's my achievement journey of Dead Space 2's Hard to the Core. We begin the game by having a long unskippable cutscene. This is a cool cutscene the first time you watch it, but if you die early, you could possibly be sent right back to this cutscene quite a few times, so then it becomes a not so cool cutscene. But luckily in this video, you'll only be seeing this cutscene once, because I'm pretty great at video games. Oh, I'm already dead. Okay, cool, that's a great first attempt. Woo! So after sitting through the intro cutscene again and having to run again, I didn't make the same mistake twice. Exploring the station a bit, I was able to find kinesis, my plasma cutter, and stasis. To be honest, the path to getting these items weren't that bad, as the hordes were just a couple of enemies, but nothing too crazy. And before we get ahead of ourselves, I'm just going to put this out here before I get ridiculed in the comments. I'm not that familiar with the Dead Space games, so the thing is, I actually didn't realize that shooting limbs did more damage than the body, and it took a couple hours for someone to finally tell me. And you know, it's an honest mistake, but it's not as bad as forgetting the name of a couple important things, right? As much as I wanted to keep that embarrassing mistake to myself, I had to let you guys know because when I made it to the big guy, I ran out of ammo and I actually had to resort to fighting him with my fist. Stasis me. Oh, I have no more stasis. Oh shit. Ooh. I don't need a med pack. I need help. I need ammo. What am I supposed to do? Grab this. Oh, that didn't do shit. Okay. I'm about to whoop his ass. Did I do it? Yeah. After a close call and giving him a piece of my mind, I upgraded my plasma cutter's damage at the bench because I didn't know why it took so much ammo. I do now. I also decided right here that I wanted to be a plasma cutter only run because I didn't want to have to juggle between other ammo types. And just overall was the smartest decision for my mental state. My strategy for upgrading equipment was to focus on damage than to upgrade stasis, as is the MVP of the run. Kinesis was kind of there, as anytime I tried, it would just grab the body instead. I loved using it for grabbing useless objects, and that was pretty much about it. I would say that going into chapter 2, my spirits were high, and this chapter only increased my confidence. After dealing with Stepsis getting stuck in the laundry, we get introduced to a couple new enemy types that I call the pterodactyl and sack boys. Pterodactyls infect dead bodies into necromorphs. Pterodactyls, in my opinion, aren't too bad, but the sack boys become my arch nemesis by the end. A little bit of a spoiler alert there, but chapter 2 goes okay except for flying to the other train. These sections are really cool or any other difficulty, but on hardcore, it's just stressful. That did damage to me? Are you kidding me? Eventually the train malfunctions, and in the process our leg gets stuck. But luckily, Stepbro helps us out. In Chapter 3, I learned what it takes to become a parent in this society, and I would say that going into Chapter 3, my confidence was high after how the last chapter treated me, and thought this achievement was going to be easy. Well, viewers, the game fought back, and it didn't pull its punches, and I let my guard down. I made my way past several enemies easily, turned on the zero gravity room, and was making my way to the next chapter, where I suddenly ran into an unexpected new challenger. From full health to instantly dead because I was being careless and checking the corners. 2 hours of progress down the drain, just like that. Well, back to the beginning again. On the trip back, I was finally told about shooting the limbs, so going forward, I am now a certified Dead Space gamer. I was also able to make it back to my PB, but it wasn't that much further though, as a sack boy got me in the back, so maybe I'm not. With a new day comes with a new face cam position so you can see when it's a new chapter, and chat so you can see them make fun of me. Also with a new day comes with being a bit rusty. It's not shooters as much. Oh, I missed. Oh, okay. Okay, that was a close call. That was a close call. I missed. I missed. I missed again. Are you kidding me? Bro, what's up with my aim today? Well, that's okay. Maybe the next attempt will go better. Just shaking off the nerves. Yeah, next attempt. Thankfully, the third attempt of the day, my aim was a bit better and made it back to where I once was. We made it into the church where I can hopefully atone for all my sins and pray for the future success of attempts and the channel, which, if you're enjoying the video, please hit the subscribe button. Our goal was to make it to the top of the church where a group of people trying to save us are at. While on our way, we discover a new enemy, the Demogorgon, and honestly, I'm a little disappointed at Dead Space for copying Stranger Things. I'll let Dead Space off the hook this time, but they need to do better for next time. Honestly, these enemies are my favorite because they always peek at you and it's funny every time. Nothing else really happens in this chapter other than Isaac fighting his own demons. Hello. This also means that I made it to chapter 5. Chapter 5, baby! Chapter 5, new PB, boys and girls. I'm saving here. You may be wondering what my strategy for saving is, and to be honest, I didn't really have one. The rough idea in my head was to hopefully save at chapter 5, beginning of 10, and the end of 13. Although I just finished a casual playthrough before the hardcore attempts, I actually didn't remember anything, so if I didn't feel confident in what was ahead, I would just save at an earlier time. Immediately, I had a very close call. I should probably just die. I'm dead. Yeah. I mean, this isn't a good run anyway. Rip the run. Oh, I lived? Oh, I kind of don't want to live. The remaining enemies weren't that hard to get by, but I was grabbed by this big guy and I had to defend myself against his goons. The goons weren't that bad as I waited for them to form a conga line from the entrance I came from and just shot at them. And I finally made it to the people trying to save me, who then also betrayed me. Also, this guy holding Isaac is probably the funniest character model I've ever seen. Whoever designed this guy, thank you for your service. I got ejected off the station for being too sus or something like that, and subsequently guided myself back in where chapter 6 begins. Honestly, chapter 6 is pretty easy to die in. The next section, if not careful, can get you easily surrounded by doggos, and well, I think you can guess what is about to happen. No! That was a good attempt. This video is going to be huge. I can feel it in my Johnson. I'm going to hold you to it, and I'm going to keep that in the video. And if you're wrong, I'll blame the video success on you. I believe in the cause. The Jeremy cause. Luckily, I was able to make it back and get through this section. What the hell? What? Am I dead? I can't see the screen! We're going over here. We're going over here. I'm ready. Hello. I trust. These guys are my least favorite enemy. These guys suck. Did we clear it? Oh, baby. New PB. Now, the next section is filled with Demogorgons and may be a bit hard at first, but I used an exploit to my advantage. By stepping in and out of the room, they wouldn't chase me through the door, so I was able to use this strategy to get through this room. Also, remember when I said that not knowing the tip of shooting the limbs was an honest mistake? Yeah, I really don't think these are honest mistakes. Oh, hello, Elena.
Huh? I'm Isaac.
Ellie.
Oh, it's not Elena. Dude, I swear, I am the fakest fan of Dead Space 2. I don't know any of the names of these people. I don't know any of the weapons names. I don't know anything about this game. Carefully, I made my way to the nursery and ran into the next enemy type. And that, kids, is why you use protection. Babies come out to play and are really not that bad as long as you use the proper protection. The nursery is honestly one of my favorite parts of the entire game for just how creepy it is. Like, just look at the sun, it's so creepy. Close to the end of the chapter, you have two holdout sections. The first one is just the little ones running at you, but the second one has a big guy, which really showcased for me just how OP stasis is. The start of chapter 7 can only be described as hectic, that mainly being because of the elevator ride. I felt that there was no proper strategy other than running around and just hoping that I could just survive. Oh heck yeah, man, I can't believe I beat it. I almost ran into that guy. These guys, I hate these guys. They're the most scariest enemy in the game. These little pods. Oh no! They're the worst. They're the worst. Oh wait, you may be wondering why I'm still at the beginning of chapter 7. Well, the great thing about Dead Space 2 is that the original copy had 2 discs. The first disc had chapter 1 through 6, and disc 2 had 7 through 15. So if you had the 360 copy, you had to switch between discs, so it's technically a hard save as long as you save before chapters 1 through 6. The only caveat to this is that I have to continue playing until I use my second save, or I will be back at chapter 5 according to the internet. So my goal was to push it as much as I possibly could until I felt I was done playing for the night. Past this point, I would get insanely stressed about if there were enemies or a pod secretly hiding somewhere, so I mainly inched through every sequence very slowly from here on out. Hence the title of this video. I was also at the point where my stasis and plasma cutter were really upgraded. Not much is happening in chapter 7 other than you have to go into space to align the solar arrays, and that gave me some trouble as a new enemy type that is very annoying that I like to call the hole. If you look at the chapter 1 chapter select, how do I kill this thing? How do I kill it? I have no bullets. Is this it? I'll run through the bullets. I don't know. I don't have any bullets to do anything to him. Okay, we can take another hit. Hello? I don't have it. I don't know what to do. Oh, come on. You gotta be kidding me. Oh no. Why? I guess you could say I was dead in space. Flying to the next area gets us to the end of chapter 7. Going into the next chapter, I was really low on ammo, so I was hoping that there wouldn't be a lot of fighting happening here. The game immediately proved me wrong by giving me more upgraded enemies that takes more hits. The next area was just stress times 1000. No. Okay, take my time. If I have to take 30 minutes on this chapter, I will. Leaving the area, I felt relieved to have made it to chapter 9, and since it was getting late, I used my second save here. Luckily for me, I saved here as I died immediately after and died quite a bit here. Oh no. Oh my god. Yeah, it sucked out. With an unlucky streak of dying in the first room of chapter 9, I just want to get out of this hellhole. Since I died at pretty much every spot in this chapter, I remembered everything about this chapter and was able to get through it carefully. At the end, there's a reactor room, and for the most part, everything went as smooth as it could go. All I had to do was use kinesis to throw explosive canisters on the reactor, and sometimes stasis the big long guy. After a wrench in our plan, our next journey was to Ishimura, where it all began. I wouldn't know though, because I never played the first game. but at least it sounds cool. Chapter 10 just gives me anxiety, because when you expect something to pop up at you, nothing actually shows up. For most of this chapter, actually. I'm not complaining though, it's a mostly easy chapter, but I did die once here on my unlucky streak from earlier. We arrive at the medical deck, which looked like someone had a blast here. Oh, we're in the cum zone. The next section was really stressful and I almost lost it here, but somehow was able to make a recovery. Oh my god, I'm so glad, I'm so glad! Oh, what a save! What a save that was! I don't think I could have probably recovered from that if I didn't pause, but I am so glad I paused. I definitely didn't deserve to live here, but we take those. Moving a bit further on, the Demogorgon decided to make another appearance. And like before, I stayed by the door and took them out carefully. If only they knew how to go through doors. With clearing the room, I was able to make it to the escape pod and back to the station. It only gets worse from here, as the mine section is, in my opinion, the most stressful part of the game. God damn, man! Where can a man get ammo? Oh, shit! Leave me alone! Hey! Don't touch me! Get off of me! I'll show you step 3. There's a step 3 for you, boy. I showed him a step 3. This section of the game also contains another elevator ride, but isn't nearly as hectic as the clusterfuck that is chapter 7. As always, Stasis is the king and does the work for me. With reaching the end of chapter 11, I used my final save because I thought the next couple chapters were going to be difficult. Plus I didn't trust my ability to live through another chapter. I would end up regretting this later on. Past this point, the chapters start to go by rather quickly. Chapter 12 is only the drill section, and I found it to be one of the easiest parts of the entire game. But man, is it a long holdout section. It would really suck if I had to go through this multiple times. Chapter 13, we had to say goodbye to our favorite character, Ellie, as we launch her ship from the station. And Nicole probably gives one of the worst lines I've ever heard in a video game.
Touch me.
I don't think that's a good idea.
The entire chapter of 13 is just rough. It starts off with a huge holdout section that can easily overwhelm you. God damn it. Yeah, get far. What hit me? Oh. Yeah, that was awful. That was an awful fight for me. I should have done way better there. You're not allowed to get me. I'm in the bathroom. Then the laboratory sends you waves of hordes with enemies coming out from all the vents. The only way I could get through was to sit in a corner and pray it would work out. Not only those butt-clenching areas, there's then the laser room, where you have to run faster or you'll be obliterated instantly. This got me a couple of times. 3, 2, 1, go. Another one! Yeah, why are your booty so big? What the heck? Alright, I noticed the fine art. 3, 2, 1, go. Uh, 15 bullets. 15 bullets, not bad. Full chunk of medis. We're looking good. And lastly, you have the red room, where you guessed it, more hordes of enemies, and on top of all that, they put an enhanced big guy right at the end. Although, the big guy is actually probably the easiest part of the chapter. Fire! Aha! Got him. Only needed 13 bullets. I'm surprised I didn't need more. After hearing all that, you may think that chapter 13 was tough. And let me tell you, just wait for the hell that chapter 14 and 15 puts you through. This was baby mode compared to these Goliaths. At the end of chapter 13, you are awaited at the infamous eye surgery station. You must guide the needle to your character's pupil. One slip up and it's an automatic death. What worked for me every time was that if the needle light isn't blue, I just didn't touch the controller. What, 0.4? 0.1? Okay. I poked his un. There's still more. Chapter 14 contains a new enemy that I like to call Cthulhu. You are unable to kill this enemy, but you can shoot his limbs. Both chapter 14 and 15 were a sprint to the finish for me, and I didn't stop for anything. By just spamming my med packs by the end, I didn't have any more health and was just relying on luck to hopefully get me through the next section, the final boss. During the fight, she summons Shadow Children to defend her, and with not having any med packs, it was time to fight Nicole. Oh, they dropped med packs too! No! No! We were so close. We went from chapter 9 all the way to chapter 15. That was a great run. We were so close to the end. Although you would think that I would be upset about dying right at the end, I was actually very satisfied with how I played. I thought it would take me at least 25 plus attempts until I would even see chapter 15. So to be able to go 6 whole chapters without dying, almost finish the game on only attempt 14, was a major accomplishment for me. It also makes for better content if I suffer, so there's also that. My goal with the next stream was to finally finish this game once and for all. Each attempt getting to the end takes about an hour, so spoiler, I didn't get it on the next attempt. Although I was super confident and had lots of resources, I was not able to react to what happens next. What? That was instant! What? I couldn't even spam B, that's how fast I died. What? Are you kidding me? Well, time to do the drill again.
1 hour later.
I have 4 bullets. Pterodactyl! Oh! Spam B! I couldn't even spam B! Come on!
Touch me.
Stop asking me to touch you.
Isaac, please.
Freaking weirdo, dude. That should be enough. I'm not playing no fucking games. I'm not playing no fucking games with this game. But hey, I want to get it done. I want to get it done. This is the time. I ain't playing no games. I'm buying more ammo. It's time to be fully focused. We're getting this tonight. But I have a lot of money. Easy win. We said that the last time. All right, here we go. I face you, pterodactyl. You ruined my run the last time, you bitch. No, we gotta run. Let's do it. stasis. No! Heal! Heal, Isaac, you're weak. I'm spamming the A button. Grab my hand, bitch. Thank you. We did it, Buzz Lightyear. We did it, chat! Hard to the core is done. That was the most stressful achievement I've ever gone for. I hated every second of this. Well, it was fun because I streamed 5 days in a row to get it done. Hey, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed making it. It was a lot of fun to make. If you enjoyed, then please consider subscribing, leaving a like, and checking out some of my other content. Oh, and yes, the foam finger, it was worth all the suffering for hardcore mode. I still haven't finished the playthrough for it, but it's very good. Now I can finally say that I am the proud owner of every Hard to the Core achievement, which there's only 2 of them, but they're both tremendous feats in and of themselves. Now, if you would like to see how I got the other Hard to the Core achievement, then click here. With all that being said, I hope to see you all in the next one.